Bring it on. Let's do it.
Okay, Pat, this is Shannon who says, Pat, I've been saved for a while, but I'm having a hard time letting go of alcohol and my way of doing things. I want to serve God in the right way according to the Bible. Do you have any advice to help me walk right in Christ?
You know, I was just reading something today about neuroplasticity that talks about the brain. It's very plastic, and you can develop habits that bring pleasure. And so there are habits about drugs or alcohol that give pleasure and release from tension and so forth. How do you get out of that? Well, I'm a great believer in the 21-day rule. If you do something for 21 days, you'll establish a habit. You can also break a habit in 21 days. You know, you are not flotsam and jetsam, just going in a river that flows throughout life. You can take charge of your destiny, and it's time you do it. You know, you say, well, how can I help you? Well, I can help you to say, look, get up inside. Jesus said to a man who was paralyzed, do you want to be healed? Stand up inside. Do you want to be healed? Do you want to be free? You can train your brain to accept something else as normal, but you have to do, I tell you, 21 days. Just for 21 days, don't use drugs. For 21 days, don't drink alcohol. For 21 days, don't smoke cigarettes. And the next thing you know, you'll find that you have been broken of that habit, and your brain wants something else. And find something else that brings you joy and pleasure. And the something primarily will be to help other people. So begin to focus on other people and just say, before God, I'm going to be a different person. All right?
And the secret to that 21-day thing is one day at a time,
right? One day at a time. Absolutely. Today, I'm not going to drink. All right? That day goes by. This hour, I'm not going to drink.
Exactly.
All right.
This is a viewer who says, Pat, is one required to tithe off of a loan?
Absolutely not. You got to pay the money back, so it's not yours. It belongs to somebody else, and you just using it temporarily. All right.
Okay. This is Marietta who says a dictionary says a Semite is a descendant of Noah's son Shem. If the Jewish people are called Semites because of this, what about Abraham's other sons? Why not call Ishmael and the other sons by the term anti-Semite when referring to them? I only hear it referring to the Jewish people.
Well, you know, the king of Saudi Arabia, Faisal, said, I'm a Semite, and he was right. So Semites are not just Jews. Okay, you're correct in that, all right?
Okay, this is Belize who says, Pat, I've been married for 5 years. I'm a Christian and so is my husband, but our marriage is on the rocks. He's abusive to the point that I live in fear. We've gone to several Christian counselors. He'll change for a bit, but then go back to his old ways. He's a very angry person. What should I do? Does God want me to stay in a relationship where I live in fear and where I've fallen out of love? My pastor says that people are to stick it through no matter what. I've been depressed because of this.
No, I don't think that's correct. God's on the side of redemption, of course, but there is what's called a Pauline privilege, which says if the unbeliever is pleased to depart, let him depart, and the brother or sister is not bound in a case like that. And I think it's something that I call a constructive desertion. That man is making it impossible for you to live with him, and you have no reason to be destroyed by this. And so you have a perfect ground to leave. Now, if you want to, you know, trial separation, hopefully he'll get redeemed, that might be good. But if you want a divorce, I think it's perfectly scripturally based that this is constructive desertion.